You are oh wait, there's no full stop there. A fucking faggot. Last year, this YouTube channel received around 30,000 comments, and most days when I come home from work, I'll sit down and have a read through whilst eating some kind of awkwardly named Japanese confectionery. Fuck off! And after you've done this for a few months, you've started to learn a lot about the way the world works and gain valuable insights from viewers. For example, last year, thanks to a viewer called TL Chang, we even changed the way this channel was presented thanks to his incredible advice. Fucking hell, he begins. Talk too much. See only your face. OMFG. Oh my fucking god. And following on from this, the entire channel was hosted by an inanimate hot dog. A move that was generally well received, although unfortunately the hot dog didn't make it past the end of the video.
Well, hey!
But today we're going to explore more of these comments in the hope that we can gain more invaluable insights, not only to improve this channel but hopefully to improve us as human beings by asking questions that challenge us to think, questions that push us forward, questions like, why British men speaks with their mouth like Pitbull? It's not the best example, but I assumed everyone already knew why British men speaks with the mouth like Pitbull. When British guys look at Pitbull, we see perfection. A successful rap artist who can provoke beautiful, powerful imagery with his poetic lyrics. Lyrics such as, we're at the hotel, motel, holiday inn. We're at the hotel, motel, holiday inn. And mummy got a boom bang, bing bang, ding dang. No diggity, no doubt, I'm a hit that. Anyone that can say so much, yet still essentially say nothing, is clearly someone to learn from and to aspire to become. And so that is why British men speaks with the mouth like Pitbull. We want to get to that level, the level of Pitbull. Next. I fucking hate British accent, says Outforce. Still, it could be worse. You could hate the accent and the face. That would be a double blow, and that would be really bad. The trick is to try and look for positives in comments like this. It could always be worse. Your face and accent annoying, says Alpasechkin. Damn, that's the aforementioned double blow. That said, if you're willing to go the extra mile, this comment actually contains a hidden surprise. Because it turns out if you put Alpasechkin into Google Translate, the literal translation of his name is... That's impossible.
Alper outstanding.
Alper outstanding. Good lord. Which is, of course, the best name you could possibly ever have. To Alper outstanding, I say, get out there and exploit your name for financial gain. You'd have to be pretty stupid not to recognise the massive branding potential to be had with a name like that. Good luck. Don't spoil the mouths of foreign people with your disrespectful, dishonourable Caucasian profanity. Disrespectful, dishonourable Caucasian profanity. That sounds a lot cooler than saying just swear words, doesn't it? I'm definitely going to start using that from now on. Kirito there, condemning the use of teaching some of the most popular words in the English language, while simultaneously toying with mild racism. You're hostile, says Gintoki-chan. Yeah. Formidable adversary. I'm supposed to be formidable and I can't even say the word adversary. God's sake. British people are so calm when they're annoyed and angry, says Skull Kids. Obviously, we're masters of focus. You have to be when you go about your daily life simultaneously trying to speak with the mouth like Pitbull. But there are a few things that make me angry. You know, you'd have to accuse me of losing an entire military conflict. This English-British prick lost the Revolutionary War. Do not trust him from a great American. There can be little doubt I am an English-British prick. And I do have quite a few American friends, and it really annoys me how many of them just don't trust me. It's become an issue more than once now. So what do you want me to bring to the party next week? I'm thinking I'll bring the cake this time.
So actually, we're bringing the cake, and we thought it'd be great if you could bring, like the party hats or something.
The party hats? Again? No, it's fine, Rachel. I'll bring the cake. I actually want to contribute something this time.
I don't think that's a great idea.
Why not?
Wait,
you don't trust me, do you? This is about the Revolutionary War again, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Why? Why can't you just forget? It was like 200 years ago. I don't even think I was there.
Okay, look, in many ways, party hats are just as important as cake.
No diggity, no doubt. Fuck you and fuck your party hats, Rachel. Now, normally I wouldn't apologised for the Revolutionary War. But when you're an English British prick with over 40,000 American followers, awesome people, you do need to give some reassurance. So to my American friends and followers, I want to take the time to say, as far as I know, there are no plots underway to retake the American mainland. After all, we don't need it, we've got the whole British Empire. Oh yes, go on. One fan of the channel here has even helpfully provided an idea for an upcoming video, which is great because I'm always on the lookout for new topics and ideas to feature. Daniel Perez says, next video, why Abroad in Japan is exactly the type of person nobody wants to listen to and everyone dislikes for valid reasons. To be honest, I don't know if it would work. It's quite self-indulgent as a topic, isn't it? That said, I've already started brainstorming a list of valid reasons. But to me, the irony is, despite not wanting to listen, Daniel Perez decided to continue going through half a dozen videos, leaving his never-ending sermon of uplifting constructive criticism. Still, despite Daniel's words, at the time I nonetheless wished him a happy new year, to which he replied, not the response I was expecting, I was hoping for that follow-up video. A simple Happy New Year's is disappointing. Proving once and for all, you can't please everyone, especially fucking idiots. Most worryingly of all, it turns out some people are pretty traumatised by these videos, and apparently one horrifying scene stands out more than most. First of all, here is that clip, and viewer discretion is advised. And you can do some pretty cool things at the convenience store, from buying airline tickets to paying your water and electricity bills. Unless, like me, you can't read your bills, so you just put them in this special Japanese cupboard designed to put your bills in, because you're not going to pay for something you can't read, all the way up until you get deported. Terrifying. Now, I'll call that scene out for what it was. A light-hearted joke, but apparently that scene caused a great deal of distress to some viewers. I don't get this guy, begins Banana Sugar Girl, because if you don't pay a bill, isn't that bad? I mean, isn't he gonna find someone to help him translate the Japanese writing on the water bill or something? It's time to reveal I did pay the electricity bill. No one wants to get deported, and I hope revealing this has brought a sense of closure to anyone distressed by those scenes. I mentioned this YouTube channel had about 30,000 comments last year, and I'm fairly sure 29,000 of them related to British accents. What a dick this guy is, remarks Bill Owen. What language is that he is speaking? Bill Owen there, who's either exaggerating or was genuinely able to tell I was a dick, even with the sound off, which, to be fair, is completely achievable. British accent is so sexy. Only watch the video because of your accent. Only watch the video because of my accent. I think that's the most offensive comment I've read all day. You. Oh, there's no full stop. A fucking faggot. Now, I quite like this comment just because of the clever use of full stops. You have to wonder how much time did that person spend wondering whether or not to put a full stop in between A and fucking. And to be fair, I think they made the right choice here. That said, the word faggot does make me feel a little bit sick. Not because of the North American derogatory term, but because it reminds me of a popular food in the UK, namely Mr. Brain's pork faggots. I always found the combination of Mr. Brain's and a picture of these pork faggots, I always found that quite distasteful and a bit of a turn-off. Still, someone must buy them. I can never work out who. Now, I like to think there's always a takeaway point in these videos, and if you haven't found one up until now, that's completely fair enough. To be fair, I'm not sure I have either. But here is one. If you ever find yourself being harassed by trolls or just shit people, there is a solution to stop it from happening again. You need to make them feel guilty for writing the insults in the first place. And it turns out the best way to do this is to record a video of yourself looking kind of sad and depressed, walking through a big field with an 80s or 90s soundtrack, albeit a powerful one. Send that to them, and after they've seen it and been overwhelmed with grief, they won't want to do it again. And then you'll have the upper hand, regardless of whether you're at a hotel, a motel, or a holiday inn. No diggity, no doubt, you'll hit that. 綺麗な字を書くことを勉強している。
書道 calligraphy.
Sure, yeah, calligraphy. And for the record, don't worry, our conversations aren't usually that shit.